Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Welcome back to another, uh, well, I was going to say 1 p.m. PST, but it's more 1:30 PST YouTube stream. I'm your host, Strange Jim, and today we got ourselves some more Pega certification studying to do. We have some Unreal. After that, we have some video uploads, and then of course at the very end we're gonna have some Terraria single player and Calamity multiplayer after that. So look forward to that in today's stream. Now, because I'm behind schedule right at this moment in time, I'm just gonna move into the next topic, which is a challenge. So normally I go through my normal routine about like who I am, what these videos are for, or something like that. But I mean, you can go check out my playlist for all the other videos. I pretty much repeat the exact same thing for the most part, in all those videos. So, um, I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of skip that for today, and we'll move on into the actual topic for today, there, folks. So, um, we'll see about trying to maybe get the intro for it again tomorrow. But for now, we're just going to move on to the challenge for today because I only got 30 minutes. And, well, the fact that this is saying that it's 20 minutes long, well, you know, I don't really have a lot of time on my hands to kind of go through this. I'm going to initialize um, this challenge. We have 4 tasks to get through. The scenario is as part of processing an assistance request case, the roadside assistance application copies the services performed from the child services case to the assistance request case. While testing the configuration of this feature, you notice assistance request cases include service items not indicated on the child case as shown in the following screenshot. Use the tracer tool to debug the issue and resolve it. So, um, so you'll notice the fact that you have uh, according to this, you have two two options being selected here, but they're not. They're coming out to be this, which is indeed very odd because it's like two, which that's an increase in quantity there being put into tire repair, and then 1 for tire replacement there. So it's like, you have 2 quantity here, but 3 quantity there, and then different spots. So yeah, there's definitely, if this is what was put in and this is what is being shown, then yeah, there's definitely some problems going on with this program. So we'll go ahead and launch the instance. That'll take a while. Actually, the login is fairly quick, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. But the loading of the Pega, it's going to take a while. Now, there is this challenge walkthrough video that they put, which basically means that they, tried to take all these steps and they went, A, B, C, and basically showed you how to go about doing that. Now, I don't use the walkthrough unless I'm absolutely in need of it, which is either, maybe they put, at the challenge at the very end, the exercise that they put, they don't really put a whole lot of steps in there, so sometimes it's difficult for me to remember every single step that they have to get from point A to point A to point C. So, that's what I'll probably use the challenge walkthrough. But in this particular case, they're going to be showing us, the detailed tasks, which is pretty good for the most part. It's not very often that you will need to use the challenge walkthrough, unless, of course, they skip some steps in the detailed tasks, which, like I said, isn't often, but it might happen. Okay, so but I won't be using it, so don't stress about that. We're going to go step by step through the detailed tasks and, tackle that. So in Dev Studio, from the Records Explorer, click Sysadmin and Dynamic System Settings. So first off, we are going to go to the Dev Studio. We're going to go to the Records, which is on the left-hand side here. We got the sysadmin, and we have what was the other one that we needed? Dynamic system settings. Dynamic system settings. There we go. Click the entry with the settings purpose labeled tracer error to edit these dynamic system setting. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so problem is that tracer error is not at the very top of the list, which I mean makes a little bit of sense because normally you wouldn't necessarily see that, but it doesn't really help when you're trying to look for something. Okay. Okay, so search didn't really work. No, shit. I don't want that. Go away. Maybe settings purpose. I can search for it. There it is. They really should, because I don't know what page this is on. So, but at the same time, neither would they, to be honest. So, it would probably be nice if they had a little bit more here concerning the finding the tracer error. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. Let me put in a suggestion here. For task 1, trying to find in 13 pages is a needle in a haystack. Suggest that you explain how to handle searching through the records. Otherwise, you'll have individuals that might be frustrated with that particular step. Maybe just a side note with screenshot of the search filter would be enough. Huh. I don't need to do a I don't need to do a screenshot of that because it's like, just talking about this right now is just enough. Okay, in the value field, enter on and click save to enable the dynamic setting, system setting. So, okay, apparently that's there. Figured it would be more of a drop down than anything else. Refresh the list of dynamic system settings records and confirm that tracer error dynamic system setting returns the value on. So, there's the tracer error. Okay. So that's that part's done. On the footer of the Dev Studio, in the Developer toolbar, click the tracer icon to display the tracer window, which is not being shown on stream right at this moment in time. So, I'll bring it up if necessary, but which it might be necessary, seeing that they are really focusing on the window itself. So let me go ahead and bring up another window here. So let's see. Let me use that one, and there we go. Okay, so here's the tracer window here. Although why do we have another window there? It's kind of weird that I have a window inside a window there. Not sure what, not sure what this is all about. So, kind of weird that, we have a window in Windows scenario. Not sure what's going on there. Let me see if there's... No, I mean, it's just supposed to be showing just that one window, so I don't know what... Not sure what's going on there. Okay, well, we'll just have to leave it at that for right now. Okay, so you're going to have to also follow along on the instructions here because I can't really show both of the screens at the same time. So, step 2 in the challenge. In the tracer window and the toolbar settings, in the toolbar, click Settings to check the tracer tool settings. The tracer settings window is displayed. Okay, so here's the settings, which again, now we have another set of, we have another window pop up. And what's a little weird, again, is the fact that we're now seeing a lot of tracer information for the window that we just opened up, which again, shouldn't matter. Why they're doing the tracer window for the tracer, and why they're doing a tracer record for the tracer settings, I don't really know. It doesn't really make much sense to me personally, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay, let's move on. So in the tracer settings window, verify that the following events to trace and break conditions are selected. Okay, so it's pretty much the same exact, thing here. Here, let me. So it's pretty much the same exact thing. Why do I have this window down? Why do I have this window here? What is going on with my OBS? Hold on. What are you? Okay. Apparently I already had a tracer window available. Okay. Let's just go back to the original here. Apologies on that. Not sure why I had a tracer program already there, but it is what it is. Okay, so so here's, the window is pretty much the same here. So there really isn't that much of a difference between the two. So, okay, so, we're double checking that, everything is the same here, which it is. So there's really nothing to change in this particular case, right, for step 3 anyway. Step 4, in the rule sets to trace section, click deselect all. So, um, the rule sets to trace. Okay, so deselect all. So there's a section right down at the very bottom of the window there. Yeah, let me show the other window here. Actually, never mind. Let me see. Can I change this one from that one to that one? There we go. And then we will display that. All right. So here's the here's the rule sets to trace that was kind of being talked about in um, the information presented here. So, all right. Select the GoGo Road checkbox to trace rules in the GoGo Road rule set. So, there we go. Click OK to dismiss the tracer settings window. Okay, so we click OK. That goes away. Everything's cleared up. You don't see that anymore. I'll go ahead and, disable that for later, for now. All right. And we continue on. Part 3. Start the tracer tool and identify candidate events. So in the tracer window in the toolbar, click clear to clear any previous logs, which, it was showing all the logs about, the settings, which, again, makes no sense to me, but whatever. Click pause to pause the tracer tool. To reduce the number of irrelevant events the tracer records, play the tracer before you encounter the error. So minimize the tracer window. Okay, create a new assistance request case. Okay, so new assistance request case. Advance the case to the select services view. Okay. Select service provider, doesn't matter. At least not for this. Okay, here's the select services. In the enter customer information step, select the account ID with standard covers so that the start condition does not skip the review services summary step. Open the tracer window and click play to start the tracer tool. Okay, so play. Minimize the tracer window. In the unlock and replacement key rows, in the quantity fields, enter the value of 1. Okay. Unlock and replacement key. Click submit to review service summary view. The review service summary view is displayed. Case does not have any fields defined. If the case does not automatically proceed to the review service summary step, which it didn't, click the pull down next to the service case ID and then click the assist request a case ID to be redirected to the parent case. To the right of the review service summary, click go. So there's that. Okay, open the tracer window and then click pause to pause the tracer tool. In the tracer results, the following events set the values of selected services 1 and selected services 2. Okay. Obviously, the numbering is going to be slightly different there, folks. So don't stress about that too much. Your line numbers may differ. Yeah, indeed. In the tracer results, click the line of interest in the step method column and to view more details. The properties of the page trace event window is displayed. The event key row shows the class and rule name, which is test values for invoicing. Click the line of interest in the step method. Like what here? Okay, test values for invoicing, sure. Close the properties on page tracer trace event window. Close the tracer window. Okay. Locate and correct the source of the error. In the header of the Dev Studio and the search bar, enter test values for invoicing. Then press Enter key. The search results are displayed. If the system fails to return a search result, use either the App Explorer to locate the rule in a census request class or the Records Explorer to locate the rule in the Data Transforms rule category. Click the test values for invoicing data transform. The test values for invoicing data transform has hard-coded values for the first two selected services line items. The data transform was included for testing purposes and should be removed. Yeah, these two. So, click Actions, View References to see where the rules are referenced. In the pane on the right, in the References Rules tab, click the invoice customer flow is displayed. View References. The customer is displayed. Hover over Go Road Work Assistance Request Invoice Customer and then click Edit icon to open the flow rule. Between the start shape and the Review Service Summary assignment, right-click the connector and click View Properties. In the Connector Properties window, in the Set Properties section, verify the test value for invoicing data transform is executed from this connector. Clear the data transform field and then click Submit to dismiss the window. Click Save to save the flow rule. Okay. Click Save to save the flow rule. Confirm your work. Create a new assistance request case. Advance the case to the selected services view. In the unlock and replacement key rows, in the quantity fields, enter the value of 1. Click Submit, and the Review Service Summary view is displayed. Verify that the correct services are displayed. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do. Oh, let me save once again, just in case. We're going to go ahead and close these down. There we go. Okay. And there we go. Now, here's... We got through that quickly, and I'm sorry for anybody that was like, oh, wait, what? So here's a problem that I have with this particular case. Is they don't really explain why this is a problem. Now, later on, they do talk about how, like, hey, this is, we're, hard coding values from the test values for invoicing you know, here. Okay, the data transform was included for testing purposes and should be removed. This information here for step 4 should probably be up here, in step 3. So about how the test values for invoicing was a leftover for testing purposes. So, and why it's there, I don't really know. Why it's not there is I don't really know. I don't know why they didn't do that there. But they should really kind of explain, like, hey, this is a problem, or um, they really should try to address, like, why we're having a problem here, you know, in this particular step, because otherwise, for an untrained eye, you know, you might look at that and go, well, what's the problem? Why is this a problem? So, um, in task 3, step 11, you mentioned that um, is a problem with the assistance request. Okay, why? In task 4, you talk about it being a hard-coded data transform. For one thing, you might want to add that to the step 11 in task 3. And maybe talk about how you determined that it was wrong. For an untrained eye, I wouldn't be able to determine what is the problem with the tracer events being shown. Could you maybe explain a little as to why you picked up that it was a problem in the first place? It might help for later jobs in the future. All right. All right, well, that's going to be it for today's challenge. We are going to be, I'm sorry that I kind of went through this fairly quickly. It is indeed they really kind of threw a lot in this, and they didn't really explain it very well. Now, the tracer settings, the information that they give here, I would really recommend that everybody kind of work with the tracer tool a little bit more and figure out, what it's all about, what you might be seeing, go through the information that's being presented here a little bit more. Try to familiarize yourself with all of this because, well, you're you're most likely going to be needing to do this when you get out there in the real world. Okay, they're going to ask you to run a trace on your particular portion of your program to make sure that it's running properly. You know, before even considering to submit it to um, for production. Okay. Um, so just saying, you know, do yourself a favor and really study up on that tracer because you will be using it most definitely out in the um, you know out in the real world. So, but that's going to be it for today's session. We're going to switch on over to the Unreal in just a minute or two. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you appreciate these videos. Feel free to give it a like and subscribe. Come on back for some more videos coming up. We have Unreal coming up in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. But if you're just watching this later on YouTube, help me out with the YouTube algorithm. That would be fantastic. Check out the description for more links and leave a comment. If you'd like, if you have any kind of questions or anything along those lines. But that's it. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.